A lot of you ask me, well, how did you get started as a coach? And how do I get started as a coach? So I wanted to just share a little bit about my journey and my story with you this morning, so that you can understand where I got started. So it was about 3 years ago now, that I decided, after living my life, my entire life, overweight, and really not living to my full potential. As a child, I was that girl at school that was picked on, and I was never truly, now that I can look back on it, I was never truly confident or happy inside of my own skin. I always had that barrier up against me. I always was held back, and I think that's because I was never confident in myself. So 3 years ago, I shared this story the other day on my Facebook page. I was scrolling through Facebook the day after Christmas, and I saw that picture of me and my siblings, and that was after I had just moved away. I just finished college and moved away that year, to start my first teaching job, and with my husband, who was in medical school in Virginia. So we moved 6 hours away from home, and I found myself cooking a whole lot of pasta and those easy things, because that was easy, right? That was the things to cook. I never cooked in my life when I moved away, and I was already, not in the healthiest shape when I had moved away. But after those 3 or 4 months living on our own and making those kind of choices, I found myself just to a point where I knew that things were getting out of control. I looked at that picture that morning, tears in my eyes, and I said, you know what, you do not want to look or feel this way anymore. It's time to make a change. So probably on a day like today, just fresh in the new year, I made that choice that in my New Year's resolution that year would be to lose weight and get healthy and start taking control. So I tried that, I did that, and I was successfully did that on my own. I lost about 50 pounds throughout that year, just going to the gym and trying to make some healthier choices, just little tiny choices that kind of compounded into some big changes. I mean, losing 50 pounds is a huge accomplishment in just 1 year. So I felt really good. And I remember, posting a picture, like a throwback picture from the Christmas before and after. And when I could do that, I felt great, right? But as the next year kind of rolled around, it started to be springtime. I started finding myself and going back to that yo-yo phase, that place where I always was in and out. I would reach success, and then I'd start reverting back to my old habits. I realized I didn't have a group of people or, anyone to really support me. I would go to the gym. I really honestly had no idea what I was doing. I'd hop on a treadmill or an elliptical. I'd try to run or do the elliptical. And then I was honestly completely intimidated at the gym by all the men who were in the weightlifting area, grunting and groaning and doing all these crazy moves. I didn't even know where to start as far as, strength training goes. So I was a lost little puppy at the gym. I was eating okay, but still looking back, not great. And I just realized that I needed something more. And I call it my little blessing from above. As I was finding myself in this position, I got a message from a total stranger. We had gone to the same college. We had a ton of mutual friends. So she messaged me. She reached out to me. She was already Beachbody coaching, and she invited me to her April accountability group. It was a spring into you or something. I don't remember the exact name, but I joined that challenge group and I started my journey. And in that group, I was able to hop right back in. I was able to take those things I had learned on my own the past year and learn so much more and find that missing piece, those people that were going to push me and support me and keep me going day after day after day. I saw great results in that challenge group. I made it a goal to buy a bikini that spring, and I did, and I rocked it, and I wore it, and I felt great. And they cheered me along every step of the way, and I knew I found something really, really special. And I was that girl in the challenge group. I was always there. I was motivating each other. I was posting every single day, and I was really excited about the group. So my coach said to me in a private message one day, she said, have you ever thought about the coaching thing? You have an incredible story to share. You have this great journey. You motivate everyone in the group already. You might realize that you're already doing everything that I do as a coach. And I was like, I don't know about that. Like, I'm busy. I'm a full-time teacher. That's a really busy, crazy, hectic job. It takes a lot of time away it takes a lot of time and commitment to be a teacher. And I was about to start graduate school too. And I was like, I just don't think I have the time. And she said, I understand that. I had the same hesitation. So she said to me, why don't you come to a sneak peek, kind of like where you are all today, and just learn more. You don't have to, no commitments. Just come and hear more about coaching and see if it could be right for you. And quickly I realized that I did have a crazy passion for what these challenge groups stood for. I had this crazy passion for these products. Like, Shakeology literally changed my life in those first 30 days. It kicked my chocolate cravings, which is like an incredible job to do. I'm a chocoholic. I realized how passionate I was about what these programs could do for others and what a challenge group could do for others. And then I went for it, guys. I took this crazy leap of faith. I had no idea what I was doing. I said, okay, Allie, I'll do it, but only because I want to cover the cost of my Shakeology, and I know I could do that. She told me, if you just help 2 people a month, you can cover your Shakeology costs. And I said, okay, like, that's a good goal. I can do that. And so I set out my coaching journey in June with that purpose, with that intent, just to cover the cost of my Shakeology. And I also said, if I could just impact and change one person's life the way I have changed mine, I'll be happy. I'll be content with this coaching journey. And guys, I can't even tell you, just from the first day, I announced I was a Beachbody coach. I put up this before and after of my journey. I shared my story because that's all we do. That's all we do to do this, is share our story every single day. I shared my story, where I had come from, and all of a sudden, people were commenting and sending me messages, and they were so excited to hear more about my coaching journey. And from there, I've inspired and helped over 150 women in the past, 13 months, which is just incredible to me. And it has become so much more than I've ever expected for myself, for my family. It gives my husband and I opportunities to do fun things financially that we wouldn't be able to do just here and there, even if it's going out for a fancy dinner or taking a little weekend getaway trip. It has provided us so much. And that helps us build our relationship too. And the possibilities here are endless. So wherever you want to take this journey, if you just want to start out like me, covering the cost of your Shakeology, you can do that. If you have bigger aspirations, maybe you don't enjoy your job and you want to, find financial freedom in this business, you can do that. You can literally take this wherever you want, because by signing on that dotted line and becoming a Beachbody coach, you can take it to whatever level that you wish to do so. But I just promise you this, whatever that is, it's going to bring nothing. I wish someone would have told me this going back. It brings you nothing but joy and happiness, and just joy and desire to always want to do more for yourself. And that is just an incredible thing about this opportunity.